Good morning. My name is Ryan Ellis. I'm pleased to serve as Master of Ceremonies as we honor Mr. Jack Porter for attaining the Scouts BSA's highest rank, the Eagle Scout Award. This is a great moment worthy of celebration. Before we begin our program, I'd like to introduce a few special people. Troop 525, Pastor Bosham of Mountain View Lutheran Church, Charter Organization Representative Stephen Parr, and Scoutmaster DJ Phelps, and Troop 342's last Scoutmaster, Paul Preston. Today, Jack has selected each of the participants in his ceremony. Each person has played an important role in Jack's growth through his scouting career. From school friends who are also scouts, to adult leaders who have supported him, to his family and teachers who have been with him throughout his journey. Each person participating in today's ceremony has been a friend, mentor, and guide along his journey to Eagle. I'd also like to remind you that there will be a reception honoring our new Eagle immediately following this ceremony. Now please rise for the invocation presented by Jack's Nana, Ruth Ard, and remain standing for the presentation of the colors.
Creator of the universe, we come before you today in joy of the good that is marked by today's celebration. We come together to mark a great accomplishment by our friend, our son, our brother, our nephew, cousin, grandson, fellow scout, and all the other titles by which Jack may be known in our experience. Most of all, we celebrate together that through perseverance and commitment, Jack is now and will always be an Eagle Scout. Though he is surrounded by his father, his uncle, and 2 first cousins who are Eagle Scouts, he is the first in his family to be an Eagle in Scouting America, an organization that is new but ever old. We thank you and we rejoice in the grace, strength, and endurance you have given Jack to accomplish this. All of us here, in some way, have shared in his success. We acknowledge our dependence on others and the great benefit we draw from others. Most especially, we rejoice in our relationship with Jack and what he has brought to our lives. May he continue to live by the Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. May we, by our association with Jack and with Scouting America, live also in this way, which will bring good to all whom we encounter and be to the glory of your universe and to all of humankind. This we ask in trust, loyalty, courtesy, and reverence, today and always.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to take a second to thank everyone for coming out to this ceremony. It is not only a way of celebrating Jack's accomplishments, but also the accomplishments of everyone that has supported him along the way. And it is incredibly meaningful that all of you took time out of your busy lives to celebrate his accomplishments. By the powers invested in me by the Rainier District of the Pacific Harbors Council of Scouting America, I officially call this Eagle Court of Honor open.
Scouts, Scouters, and friends of Scouting, I would like to welcome you to this Eagle Court of Honor. This is an occasion for pride and joy, as well as a time for serious reflection. The Eagle is the highest recognition offered in Scouting. Only about 2% of those who enter Scouting ever earn the rank of Eagle Scout. It is earned through the advancement program, and only this small percentage of those who begin in Scouting receive this honor. The wearer of the Eagle Award is the epitome of Scouting's best efforts and beliefs, and may I say, the best our nation has to offer. Today, we have the pleasure of witnessing the culmination of this Scout's efforts. Today, Jack joins in the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts. The presentation of the Eagle Scout Award is an important and serious one. For the Eagle candidate, this is the climax of their scouting efforts. The attainment of this award is made possible through the assistance of those with the candidate today, the Scoutmasters, troop leaders, fellow Scouts, parents, family, friends, and members of the community. The wearer of the Eagle Award is the embodiment of Scouting's highest virtues. These same virtues have been the foundation of our country. Jack has distinguished himself through his continued performance of active service in Scouting. He is trained in and has practiced his leadership abilities. And he is marked by the character gained through an understanding of their citizenship and religious beliefs. Let us look at the road to Eagle that Jack has taken over the past 11 years.
As Scouts, we're bound together by the Scout Law, a sacred set of principles for living whose origins are lost in the midst of time. Listen now to the wisdom of the winds.
I am the spirit of the east wind. I represent the common law. Scouts given to God and to others. Trustworthy. Loyal. And hopeful. Are the qualities that one must possess scout must always will trust and show loyalty to all to whom it is due. May the daily intern be the central focus of his life.
The spirit of the West Wing, I represent the law of equity, your duty to country, and to others. Friendless. Courteous. And kind are the principles that speak of conscience. They create the atmosphere that comes from within your heart. Kindle the desire to be a friend to those of all ages and stations in life. Be courteous to those whom you pass along your truth and trail. Cast away the harmful spirit of unfriendliness and selfishness.
I am the spirit of the South Wind. I represent civil law, your duty to others, and society. Obedience. Cheerful. And thrifty. Are the marks of civility. Obedience is something we all must learn, to take orders and carry them out cheerfully. Real thrift means spending both money and time wisely, and sharing both with those less fortunate than us.
I am the spirit of the north wind, most powerful of all. I represent divine law, your duty to be brave. Clean. And reverent. To be brave is to be unselfish in service, always prepared to face the unknown. Cast from your mind and body any unclean spirits that try to weaken or destroy you. Live a life of reverence toward God.
We are indeed here to honor Eagle Scout Jack Porter, but this is not the first time that he's been recognized in Fort Court of Honor. 6 times before, he has stood here. First, when he received his scout rank.
Fleur-de-lis, eagle, shield, stars and
stronger, a little more dedicated to the ideals of scouting. In just a few short years, Jack has undergone a miraculous transformation from someone who struggled to memorize the oath and law to someone who lives those words. From someone who was going camping to someone who's been camping many times. From someone who needed to be led to someone who can lead others.
Thank you. But what exactly does it mean to be an Eagle? To help us all better understand the significance of this event and the Eagle Scout badge, I would like to introduce Eagle Scout Bronwyn Khan.
The 1938 Handbook for Scoutmasters puts it this way. The badges which accompany his advancement and which the scout wears on his uniform are to show not that he has passed certain tests. In fact, there should be no test or no past tense implied. On the contrary, each badge cries out, "I can, right now and here." So, what can the Eagle Scout do? Let's take a look at some of the things he has done in preparing to be an Eagle Scout. In terms of badges, he has earned the ranks of Scout, Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, Life, and finally, Eagle. Along the way, he has earned at least 13 required merit badges and 8 elective merit badges, served in troop leadership positions for a total of 16 months, and spent at least 16 hours on service projects, not including the many hours spent on his Eagle Scout service project. In all, he has completed approximately 325 different requirements on this journey. So what have these requirements taught him? Who is the Eagle Scout? First and foremost, of course, he is an outdoorsman. He knows how to camp, swim, hike, use the woods as his tool, build a fire, use a camp stove, and find his way with a map and compass. He spent at least 20 days and nights camping out in a tent he pitched on the site he selected. Many of those times, planning his own menu and cooking his own food. The Eagle Scout is comfortable with nature and can identify with local animals and plants, including the poisonous plants. He understands the causes of water, land, and air pollution, and participated in at least one conservation-based service project. He embodies the Scout motto, "Be prepared." He knows how to treat fractures, head injuries, hypothermia, convulsions, frostbite, burns, muscle cramps, and even knocked out teeth. He knows what to do in case of a fire, in a desert emergency, a motor vehicle accident, mountain accident, food poisoning, gas leak, an earthquake, a flood, tornado, hurricane, avalanche, and any other emergency situation you can imagine. good citizen. He's been to a city meeting and knows how the city government is organized. He knows who his U.S. senators and representatives are, and has written a letter to one of them about a national issue. He's read the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. He knows how to manage his money and understands the risks and benefits of putting his money in savings bonds, mutual funds, common stock, certificates of deposit, and life insurance. He's set his financial goals and made plans to achieve those goals. The Eagle Scout has also set and worked toward a fitness goal. He's competed against himself in tests of aerobic endurance, flexibility, muscle strength. He knows what it means to be physically, mentally, and socially fit. He's a good family member. He knows what things are important to the members of his family. He's had to talk to his family about finances, drug abuse, growing up. All of these things he's done in order to earn the merit badges required for Eagle. Beyond those, he's earned 8 elective merit badges, which introduced him to subjects that you may have never even thought about. Things like archery, small boat sailing, car maintenance, disability awareness, and countless more. So, what is an Eagle Scout? Well, to quote that old handbook, he is a young person who is qualified to help others, as well as take care of themselves. The Eagle Rank Badge is not a declaration, but rather a symbol of knowledge and ability.
It's now time for the highlight of our program, presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. I'd like to ask Troop 342's retired Scoutmaster Robert Butzerin and Eagle Scouts Nicholas Porter, Joel Ard, and Landon Moshofsky and Rebecca Ard to come forward to make the appropriate presentations.
She mentioned I was for several years the Scoutmaster for Jack's Troop 342, along with Paul Preston, who took over for me. We had the honor of serving as Jack's Scoutmasters. And in everything I'm about to go over with you, I want you to bear one thing in mind, and that is the overwhelming theme of Jack and his family being absolutely all in every aspect of scouting from beginning to end. In fact, it frustrates me greatly that there is no perfect attendance award in scouting or merit badge for perfect attendance. Because if there was, Jack would certainly have won that award. Jack got involved as a Cub Scout in Pack 318. And of course, all of you know the tremendous amount of work and effort it takes to earn that Arrow of Light Award. But in addition to that, Jack also earned 2 religious awards, the Parfait des Dieux and the Light of Christ Award. He made good use of those years. He came to Troop 342 with a wealth of basic skills already. And he was very, very eager to be a Boy Scout. And he came to almost every meeting. He came to every summer camp we ever had, Parsons, Piggott, and all the rest. And I remember Jack, especially, he liked to swim. So he was always in the water having fun. He was helpful to me and to the troop. He always especially got involved in helping the younger scouts, showing leadership from an early age. In fact, I had trouble getting boys to be willing to run for senior patrol leader. Jack volunteered. And, you know, sometimes the primary thing that, you know, makes you get a job you might want is a willingness to serve. And Jack has always had that willingness to serve. He would be there for every Eagle Scout project our troop ever had, and I'm sure other troops. And he would be there when the first people there, one of the last people to leave. He was always involved in that. He helped our troop with events that we would do with our parish. I was trying to get the parish to appreciate us a little more. So I tried to do some activities with the parish that we hadn't been involved with before. For example, the crab feed. We started helping with the crab feed, and Jack was always there every year that we helped with the crab feed. He's also helped with veteran services, other activities. I just did something in this, but I won't. But he was always there. And he was always into working on getting those merit badges done. A lot of boys take it easy for a while, and eventually they catch the fire, if they're going to catch the fire, and work on that Eagle Scout thing. But Jack was always there with tremendous support from his parents. So again, it's been a lot of fun with Jack. I've got a lot of great memories with Jack. He, as you know, he has an amazing sense of humor that is fairly nonstop at all times. But again, his willingness to serve and take on leadership opportunities that frankly very few other people want. So he was, again, our senior patrol leader for a while. He joined Order of the Arrow and got all in doing that as well. He took on a leadership position for a long time. He's attended conclave and conferences in Tennessee and Colorado. And I'm jealous that he actually got to Bechtel Reserve. I never did. And I understand you're planning on going to Philmont. So congratulations. It's a lot of work. But you're absolutely up to the task. Because of his experience in scouting and what he's learned from his parents, Jack is one of the most prepared men I have met. He is ready with knowledge, with skills, and with religious faith for life's challenges that will surely come. But I have great faith in Jack because he is so prepared. He does take his religious faith very seriously, and he went on as a Boy Scout to earn his Altair Day Award, which is a lot of work, and shows his faith, and really proud of him for that. He's been very active singing in our church and helping in our church. He's done many, many hours of work for the parish as well, and he seems to sincerely enjoy it. He also went to the National Youth Leadership Training course, which, if you're familiar with the course, that's where scouts go to become the best of the best. And Jack did that and excelled, and his overwhelming spirit just shows again and again. So it has been a huge pleasure to work with you, Jack, and you truly deserve this, not just because of your project and your rewards and your accomplishments, but the effort and time that you have put in has been beyond anything I've ever seen. So congratulations to you. I've really enjoyed working with you very much.
Jack, I just want to say, I'm glad that I was a stepping stone toward your goals and that's it. I look forward to you for everything that you've accomplished. I'm so happy that you made this accomplishment.
Yes, I'll use the mic, but you will look back on this any day, and you will be proud of this moment, and throughout your whole entire life of scouting. I've done this, and I'm sure a lot of other people who are Eagles and just people who have done scouting feel it's actually the same way. And I just want to say, you've done a great job, and I know you will accomplish great things. Now I actually have to do the Eagle part of this. So, becoming an Eagle Scout is a great accomplishment. Being an Eagle Scout is a great responsibility. As an Eagle Scout, I am phrasing this up. As an Eagle Scout, the oath and Scout law should take on new meaning for you. The motto slogan, take on new urgency. This will happen to every Eagle Scout, Scouter, especially Eagle Scouts, because we try and hold that pride. But I know every Scout will, and I know you will as well. As an Eagle Scout, your first obligation is to live with honor. You are a leader for good or ill. People will follow the example you set. Give up anything before you give up your reputation and good name. As Shakespeare said, minor honor is my life. Both grow in one, take honor from me, and my life is done. Jack, the white of the Eagle badge will remind you of honor. The second obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be loyal. As a follower, you promise to be loyal to those above you. Now as a leader, you must also be loyal to those below you. Treating them as you would want to be treated, you must also be loyal to your ideals and letting others sway you from your course. Jack, let the blue of the Eagle badge remind you of loyalty. I want you to take that to heart because that's one of the biggest things for me and for a lot of others. I take that very much to heart. Your third obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Stepping into your new role as a leader, you will face many challenges and obstacles. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. You must have the courage to do what is right, whatever other people do or say. Jack, let the red of the Eagle badge remind you of courage. I know you've been courageous with doing all of this. I want you to keep that courage and stay courageous when you're doing college and all this other awesome stuff that you're going to be doing. Your third obligation your fourth obligation is to serve others. For a leader, above all, a servant. Let the practice of the daily good turn become a lifetime of service. For only in giving of yourself do you give anything of value. Just as it always has, let the scroll on your badge remind you of service. Jack, your final obligation as an Eagle Scout is to have vision. As a leader, you must now blaze your own trail, just as a bald eagle soaring high above the ground can look far into the distance. So too must you look far into the future. Many people will follow you, only with vision will you lead them in the right direction. Let the silver eagle hanging from your badge remind you of vision. Eagle candidate Jack Porter, these then are your obligations. As an Eagle Scout, honor, loyalty, courage, service, and vision. Meeting those obligations, you can lead your troop, your community, your nation, and a better tomorrow, as I trust you probably will do, and I know you will do. Where you will wear your reward with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example for us all, even us Eagles, for everyone.
invite your dad and Eagle Scout, Nicholas Porter, up to reaffirm the Scout oath with you. It's good to have. First, your mother and I are very proud of you. Jack, when we began our program tonight, you joined with your fellow scouts in repeating the Scout oath. You will now rededicate yourself to the values of scouting by repeating the Scout oath. Repeat it slowly as you stand before the 3 lighted candles representing the 3 parts of the Scout oath. Resolve to demonstrate the perseverance that has brought you this far. Please give us the Scout sign. Dedicate yourself.
On my own, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey this law. To love other people at all times, and to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal. We used to separate them, now we say them both at the same time.
Thank you, Jack. Eagle candidate Jack Porter, it is now my pleasure to invite your uncle, Eagle Scout Joel Ard, to deliver to you the Eagle Charge.
I have the honor to give you the Eagle Charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in Scout. Scouts of all nations make up one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the BSA as worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. This award, as you will know, is one of honor and responsibility. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your fellow Scouts. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend, for the most part, on the quality of your citizens. Our country has had a great history, and you will make the future even greater. I charge you, Jack Porter, to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only to the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their hearts, hands, skills, and abilities to the common good. Help build America's future by continuing to set an example for all to follow of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Do this, and you will leave behind a legacy of which you will be justly proud. Eagle candidate Jack Porter, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding without reservation and ever before you the ideals of honor and service. By reciting the Scout Oath as you stand before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout with the same words which closed the Declaration of Independence. Are you willing to accept the obligations, responsibilities, and the honor of the Eagle Scout rank as your father, uncle, and cousins have done before you?
Jack, you will now stand alone and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Though the words you say are similar to those you've said so many times before, today they will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words that closed the Declaration of Independence. I'd like to invite Eagle Scout Aiden Hoyt to lead all Eagle Scouts in the Eagle Scout Promise along with Jack.
Would all Eagle Scouts in the audience stand and rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout Promise with our newest Eagle Scout? Please make Make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance. To the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize. And take upon myself. The obligations and responsibilities. Of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best. To make my training an example. My rank and my influence. Count strongly for better scouting. And for better citizenship in my troop. And in my community. And in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. 2. Please be seated.
Jack, your performance along the Eagle Trail has been exemplary. Today, you have rededicated yourself to the principles of scouting that have guided you these past years. However, there is one more thing that is important for you to remember: your future. As an Eagle Scout, you will always serve others. But to fully serve others, you, yourself, must be strong. Never forget that these principles are there to serve you just as much as you serve them. Reflect upon them when the path is not clear. Use them to navigate the trail of life, and I assure you, you will never get lost. I now invite Scoutmaster Robert Butzerin to present the Eagle Award.
Would the honor guard please escort the candidates' parents forward? Life Scout Jack Porter, we are finally at that point that you have been waiting for. Having confirmed your readiness for the reception of this award, it is now time to formally present this badge of significant accomplishment. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout for the rest of your life. With you. I will now present the Eagle Award to Rachael. Along the trail to Eagle, I asked Jack's father, Nick, to present him with the Eagle Scout neckerchief. advice and helpfulness from the mother of this Eagle Scout, which have led to this night. As a symbol of what this mother has made possible, the court now asks Jack to present her a Mother's Eagle pin. Rachael has always been one of the most actively involved parents I've ever worked with. She just came to everything. Your father has stood by you over the years and has offered his encouragement and assistance. As a symbol of what he has contributed to your attainment of this award, the court now asks that you present him with the Father's Eagle pin. Son and parents, binding you even more closely as a family. To you, Eagle Scout Jack Porter, I express confidence that you will honor Scouting with your life and service as today Scouting honors you. Mr. Ellis.
It is now time to hear a few words from our Eagle Scout, Jack.
Paper difficulty. What would you call that? Would you call that a lettering issue? Is that what they call it in the biz? Anybody here work in a business, in like a government? What do they call it there? I know a lawyer, so. Fair enough.
Jack's speech.
That's interesting. I know, I'm trying. I know. Check the floor. Hi everyone. I'm sure you know who I am. I'm not going to say that anymore. Why did I write this? Why did I write this? Whether I met you through school, family, friends, or the scouting program, thank you everyone for coming to support me today. Each of you has been a support to me, and I appreciate that you're in my life. I couldn't have finished my Eagle Scout without the community of people around me throughout this journey. I'm glad you're all here. Scouting has been a large part of my life from the very beginning, as both my dad and most of my uncles were all Scouts. My journey with Scouts started with Cub Scouts, where I had the pleasure of working with great Scouts like Testerman, DiAngelo, Terrana, Aiden Scotsy, and his father Jerome. Jerome to me was the best Cub Scout leader I could have asked for, as he exemplified trying to understand people before making decisions, as even back then when I was a kid, I was not a child. But he didn't belittle me or treat me in any way different from other Scouts. He's the kind of leader to young Scouts I see myself trying to be. For me, it is from these role models and friends that I learned the key Scouting ideals of working with others, no matter our differences, and having joy in hard times. And will always still see me living with these ideals to this day. In the transition between Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, a lot happened in my life. My younger sisters were born, my cousin David earned his Eagle, and I became an absolute god at table tennis. The world still fears me today. That is no match. I just got an ad for Knicks. That's amazing. Mom, do you want more dating stuff? I saw many changes in the world around me at that time. While they did not register with me being still a kid at the time, they definitely affected the world around me and how I saw the world as I got older. Boy Scouts was a journey from learning leadership skills to participating in many state and national activities, like summer camps, service projects, and most importantly, hands across the border. I did a large part of Boy Scouts with Troop 342, which is where I learned more about what I wanted to do in Scouting. In Troop 342, I met many people I consider some of my closest friends and mentors. Looking back, I realized how much I was accepted and understood by the people in 342, like Daniel and Paul Preston, James Litchfield, Bob Butzerin, and Landon Moshofsky. Without their support and guidance, did I say that right, by the way, Landon? Without the support and guidance, I would be in a very different place today. Mr. Butzerin was a key help in me centering my beliefs and ideals and learning to not only represent them, but to stand with them and protect them. I owe an equal honor in large part to them. I owe this equal honor. Now the not so fun part. The pandemic had an impact on my scouting experience, as it did for many scouts. We all experienced being cut off from friends, family, and a lot of us lost a lot during that time. Though this period was unexpected and offered a very unusual way of life for us, we continued to do school and scouting. We persisted. And I learned a lot about what it takes to persist when everything about my life turns upside down. Post-pandemic, I found myself struggling to transition from isolation to lots of socialization. So to take a mental break, I started doing more activities of Order of the Year, which I had completed over the pandemic. It was during one particularly memorable wilderness experience that I learned if I'm not sleeping in a tent, I'll go far outside of my camp and my tarp and end up wet, very wet. Through the order, I met mentors like Mrs. Khan, who was a big help in my later half of my scouting career. She was the main driving force for me to do more things in the order than going to my first NOAA, leadership training. When Troop 342 folded, I moved over to Troop 525 to join my sisters and other scouts I had met through the Order of the Arrow. The transition to a new troop felt fast and sudden, but I very quickly formed friendships and did what I always did, had fun and tried to better others. I've done many things with this troop, from projects and outings, and plan to continue to better this troop. Navigating each of these twists and turns wouldn't have been possible without my mom. For my entire time in my scouting career, she has shown up for me, supported me, pushed me when I didn't want to do what I needed to do, and made sure every opportunity I could have was available to me. She even made sure this event we're all enjoying right now could happen. It wasn't always easy to have a mom who wanted me to be my best self, but looking back, I appreciate all her encouragement and that. Now, I'm finishing my last year of college and will earn my general AA degree. I'm still working on earning a few final scouting awards, and I have plans to continue working with scouts with other younger scouts in the coming year. This experience I enjoyed as a kid will remain a big part of my life in the years ahead. Can I now please get Bob Butzerin, Mrs. Khan, Jerome Butzkowski, and Rachael Porter to please come up to receive a mentor with me. final words. Right now, I think about future. Hooray! I can't wait to think of what I want to do. Let me kill you all, and I have absolutely no idea. Early adulthood is weird. You expect a great, massive change when you turn 18, but it kind of feels the same. But now taxes exist, and that's about it. A lot of my life has changed a lot, and I'm sure it's all changed for many of you in the audience. These past few years have been insane, to say the least. All the way from 2018 all the way up to now has been some of the craziest years in human history. We've seen tons of important changes all throughout the world, and a lot of us don't even know that. A lot of us were too young, a lot of us had these issues just in the back of our minds, or it's just been so crazy that it's kind of hard to believe that we're even in this world right now. We have tons of wars, tons of sad things, but tons of amazing things happening at the same time in just these few years. Who knows, it could be happening right now, and we would never know. I'd like to say I thank you all once again for being here, and I thank you all for spending some time out of your lives to come out here and join me with me. And thank you all once again for being in my lives. Finish this off with a few things. Once again, I already said the first part. No, okay. To any scouts on their scouting journey, or to anyone else needing some words of wisdom, I say, don't worry about making anything perfect or pretty. Sometimes it's about making a mess and having fun. And that for you is a Jack original quote.
We're not through yet. Jack has earned some final awards as a scout that will be presented now. Would Scoutmaster DJ Phelps please come forward to award Jack his final Scout Awards? All right. Jack, along your scouting journey, you put in hours of work to earn badges and awards. We did a final review of your service hours, your merit badges, and all the work put into them. It gives me the pleasure of awarding you with the following awards, which you will receive the physical copies at a later time. You have earned the Conservation Good Turn for completing a tree planting conservation project with Earth Corps. Kayaking BSA for developing your kayaking and water safety skills. Very important. Messenger Peace Award. So this award is earned by scouts across the world who take part in service projects that tackle issues in the community. Jack participated in multiple Scouting for Food events, as well as the Sandwich Ministry in Milton for the unhoused community. The National Outdoor Achievement, Gold and Silver for camping. The gold device represents 50 nights of camping. The silver represents 100. Jack's camping nights as a scout totaled over 153 nights over 7.5 years. He has also earned the Paul Bunyan Award, where he has demonstrated safety and proper use of wood tools such as an axe, saw, pry bar, and more, and participated in a planned conservation project where he cleared trails and built a drainage trench at Summit Bechtel Resort during the OA High Adventure, as well as numerous conservation projects during Order of the Orioles at Camp Thunderbird. Jack, you've also earned a gold and bronze Eagle Palm for completing merit badges above the requirements of the Eagle Scout. Bronze represents the first 5 merit badges above Eagle, and gold 10 merit badges. Jack, congratulations. Awesome. Thank you, Jack. It is also my honor and privilege to present the Scoutmaster's Minute, or as my troop likes to call it, the Scoutmaster Power Hour. It's okay, it's single page. Single spaced 8-point font, but that's okay. All right, troop. Do you guys know why an eagle is great at everything they do? They're very talented. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay. But in all seriousness, you don't have to time me on this one. I'll try to keep it under a minute. Today we gather to celebrate a tremendous achievement, the accomplishment of Eagle Scout. As we mentioned before, this is a milestone that is reached by very few people. Jack, this isn't just the end of a journey, but a new beginning. And as we look at Jack, who's earned this rank, we see not only the completion of a series of requirements, but also a young person who has grown in character, leadership, and service. And just to summarize everything we've talked about today, the path to Eagle is a long one, filled with challenges, setbacks, and triumphs. It requires perseverance, dedication, and the ability to overcome obstacles that might have seemed insurmountable at times. But as we've all watched Jack grow, we've seen something much more important develop: the Scout Law in action. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Jack, these traits have shaped you into the person you are today, and they'll guide you as you move forward to life. Scouts, this isn't just something that we say or have to say at every meeting. Like the Scout Oath, the Scout Law, these are the tenets to living a great life. To the Scouts that are on the path to earning this Eagle, I encourage you, keep at it, keep going. You've got this, and you've got a great group of support to help you out. Jack, again, we're so proud of you, and we know that you're going to continue to do great things. Never forget, being the Eagle Scout is not just a rank, it is a way of life. Thank you for everything, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Well, this morning has indeed been very special. Thank you all for coming out and participating in this wonderful event. Let's give our new Eagle Scout one more round of applause. The reception is located down the hallway in the Life Together Hall and Gymnasium of the Education Building just across the breezeway here. I now call on David Ard to give our closing benediction. Please stand and remain standing for the retiring of the colors.
So let us pray. Father in heaven, with your great love, you have watched over and guided Jack, especially in his years in Scouts. Today we have honored Jack for his many achievements in Scouts, especially in fulfilling all the requirements for becoming an Eagle Scout. And we thank you for the good that he is and the good that he has done as a Scout. We thank you, Father, for all the people who have helped Jack over these years in Scouts, especially his parents, Rachel and Nick. We ask that you continue to be close to him, to open his heart to hear your quiet and gentle call, to draw him to yourself, and to bless him with a full and joyful life. And so, Jack, the Lord bless and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face to you and give you peace. Amen. Amen.
Retrieve the colors. Scout salute.